Hi there, so let's continue our topic with Softube Console 1, Mark III, channel and fader, how they integrate with your DAW. Now we will dive into Logic Pro X, Cubase and Reason 13. So let's see how it goes. Okay, just in case I'm basically restarting the Console 1 mixing system, and when I'm moving between the digital audio workstations. So let's start. Okay, so when moving between the digital audio workstations, I basically restarting the on-screen display, as it will refresh also the settings in the Softube Console 1 system. Here I actually also, when you are working with Logic Pro X, your mode will be Console 1. So in that respect, you are using that setting. And let's start Logic Pro X. Okay, so in Logic Pro X, actually, it automatically finds all the channels from your mixer. So if I'm now opening up a mixer window, I can basically see all my tracks here, and they reflect to all the kind of tracks that I have within my Logic Pro X project. So and also you can see that if I'm selecting all tracks, or if I'm just looking in, like taking something out, like master VCA, okay, that didn't take place here, but here, as you can see, if I say all tracks or tracks, it will reflect what I see here in my mixer is what I get in Softube Console as well. Again, is if I'm also collapsing the bus here, as I did in Studio One, here this actually works. So again, with Logic Pro X, the integration is better in that respect, that I can basically go into the channels and select those that I want to work with. And here also, if you see correctly, I actually don't have any fader, any Console 1 plugin yet installed. But immediately when I bring it here, I'm of course then I'm basically then able to basically go and get let's go audio unit, Softube Console 1 stereo, and now once I add that into the channel, I can then of course go into that and also use the channel to editing the channel values and variables. So that is basically extremely good in that respect. The good thing is that the fader one works with kind of all tracks, so you don't have to have Console 1 in your track in order it to be visual. It also follows the mixer in respect of like the channels that are visual also here. And then in top of that, I can actually go and say that this one is my favorite and that one is my favorite. If I do that, then I only will see here now the favorite channels, but the rest are blank. So I could still use the functionality from fader 1 to do that, but then when I return into a default state, the default state will follow my mixer, which is great. So all in all, I kind of see that the best integration with Softube Console channel Mark III and fader Mark III is with Logic Pro X, to be honest. Anyway, we move on, and next we will dive into Cubase. Again, rebooting, restarting the console 1 on-screen display just to refresh the unit. And specifically I saw it that if I'm changing between the different digital audio workstation, it does not always pick up the mode of the digital audio workstation. Like Cubase has some extended integration with Softube Console 1 fader and channel Mark III, and if I'm switching between the digital audio workstations and I do not restart the program, it will actually not work properly. So now I restarted it, and now we go into the Cubase project that is same as others. So we will see that how basically the Cubase looks like and the integration. As you can see, there is a small delay between, you know, getting the fader up and running, as well as, you know, seeing the mixer in your screen. So I have the same basic project here as I had in other as well. But here you can see that, you know, the volume and the metering actually is working. So actually, if I take the stereo out so that I play, you can see that the metering here is working. So is kind of the solo, mute, all that of course works great. Also, if I'm selecting channels, it will come into that place. As you saw also in other videos, we're demoing this setup with the Console 1 fader and channel with Cubase. It's quite good integration, but what is not yet, again here either working, is that if I'm hiding the channels, it will not hide them from here. So you will see the channels here differently than you see in your mixer. So that's a kind of a small minus still in that respect. And then of course the good thing here is that you do see these channels in Fader 1, despite you don't have the plugin here. So if and when I want, of course, use the channel unit as well when I'm doing a mix, I need to upload, of course, that plugin into, and then I can go into that channel and start kind of tweaking my parameters and doing some low cuts and whatnot. So this is all great. So all this works great. The only small minus here is that, you know, the fader yet does not follow the visual of your mixer in Cubase. Other than that, it works great. And similarly here, you can also, you know, pick up your favorite channels and then just basically do that, and you only see those that are your favorites. So you can, but again, the mixer window is not reflecting what your selection in here. So that's one thing that I think is still kind of a small kind of a feature to improve for this integration with Cubase. I'm using Cubase 13, but I'm sure it's pretty much same for other Cubases as well. Anyway, good stuff to work this with your Cubase. The only kind of thing was that the faders don't yet follow the mix console in Cubase one-on-one. Anyway, you can select and work with any track, so that's not a problem. But if you hide the channels, they will not be hidden in the Fader 1. So let's move on and let's look the last one that I have in line, which is Reason. Okay, so in Reason I now have added a device, and I have the basic plugin here. So I would like to basically then add a effect for this one. And I have here the Console 1, and I would like to use it with algorithm. I'll bring it in, and well, now I have the track in here, and it has an ability to launch the plugin. I can also add a let's add another instrument. Let's do a baby audio, and let's bring the plugin in. So I see the track numbers. It does not follow the track colors. It does follow the the instrument in that respect, so that I can use it over here. But then if I go into a mixer, and nothing happens. So actually Reason is not supported by Softube Console 1 channel, or actually channel it works. So I need to take a few words back. So if I go into the channel, with channel it works. So I can use the channel and do things with channel. So channel works, the fader doesn't. So the fader shows something, but it does not really react in the screen. Now you don't actually see because there might be the window is in a way. But if I'm moving this, you can see that nothing works here. So, and it doesn't show the colors correctly, and it doesn't read the names of the tracks correctly. So surprisingly, as said, both software are coming from Sweden, but they don't talk to each other. So that's about the Reason integration. So Reason 13 is not officially supported by Softube. So maybe you guys in Sweden do something about it. Anyway, that concludes the stories of how the Softube Console 1 works with different digital audio workstations. And yeah, guys, so that concludes everything. And remember to subscribe for my channel, like my videos if you like them, to support me and my doings, to produce more content for you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll continue with this stuff and focusing on workflow, tools, devices, how they integrate with your digital audio workstation, so on and so forth. So remember to subscribe and like my content if you like it. If you don't, just, that's okay as well. Thanks for watching. Bye now.